Hi, I'm Andy Schmuckler. I call my thing, written and video, a betterhumanstory.org. If you're who I imagine you to be, I don't have to tell you what ugliness there is to be seen. That's pretty painful to look at these days. Just consider the scene of J.D. Vance and Donald Trump ambushing Zelensky in the White House the way they did. Uh, Consider nominating people like Hegseth to be Secretary of Defense and Matt Gaetz, his first choice to be Attorney General. I mean, uh, these are these are things that are absolutely unthinkable. A country that's no longer under the rule of law, a country that's no longer leader of the free world. It's just so disheartening to look at. And I don't consider the battle over, but that is where things now stand. There's no guarantee that I can see that this ugliness will not prevail. So I don't like to look too much at that kind of ugliness. I feel responsible to know basically what's going on. I actually maintain pretty well informed, but I need to. This world that we're in right now is so disheartening to look at that I have a need to enter other worlds. And that's what movies do for me. I have a DVR. On the DVR, I have a couple dozen or more uh, movies that are recorded that I can, like taking a book down from the shelf, I can choose what world to enter into. It could be a contemporary world that's funny. It could be Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers dancing. It could be, as it was earlier this last week, Judgment at Nuremberg, which is pretty heavy. It could be Singing in the Rain. It could be High Noon. There's just a whole lot of different worlds I can enter into and scan the guide a few days in advance, and I record movies that I think will be meaningful for me to enter into as a way of coping with the need I've got to step out of this ugly world. Uh, I have something which is in general considered unusual, kind of nutty by a lot of people, but it really works for me, which is I watch movies in short segments, and I'm watching. I like keeping track of 9 or 10 different movies at a time, which I can pull out of the shelf and read a few pages and put back. I've got Little Women that's ready to go. I've got a movie called The Professional that's there ready to go. Um, and it really does help me. I'm able to enter that world. In the process of leaving this world and entering that one is a relief. As soon as I find that the world in that movie is not engaging me as if I'm really in that place and that time, and living it with some intensity, I back out of that world, and maybe I go back to my writing or go back to my following the news, or maybe I go to a different movie. I'm watching An American in Paris these days with Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron, and now all that great music by Gershwin. So that's my ticket to getting out of this world, so that I can stand the fact that I'm still in this world, still battling against the darkness that's blotted out a whole lot of sun and made me feel the loss of a lot of things that are important to me, and fear whether or not we're going to be able to win them back because Trump overplays his hand, or because the American people wake up, or whatever it is, or are they going to succeed in turning us into the kind of society they want to turn us into? That's a difficult thing to predict, and I don't even like to contemplate in an uninterrupted way the possibility that we have lost our democracy. Uh, I get primed for the battle when I get refreshed by entering a different world that has beauty in it, for example, which is very restorative. Thank you for listening. Check out my other videos, A Better Human Story, and my website, a betterhumanstory.org, where the struggles of these times are put into a perspective that I think makes a lot of sense and clarifies what we're challenged to do. So, a betterhumanstory.org. I'm Andy Schmuckler. I appreciate your listening.